that they were the aggressor. They continued to keep coming. They continued to fight and execute their game plan. And quite frankly, I thought the better team won, and the better team that deserved to win won. It's tough to say, but that's the truth.
Darnell, I've seen you play so many times, and you guys have put teams away with big plays and big shots like you made. You couldn't put this team away. They just weren't intimidated.
You got to give them credit. They are a resilient bunch, and they made shots and they got stops on defense when they needed to. And I thought we pressed and maybe even panicked a little bit down the stretch, and we stopped doing things that we characteristically do down the stretch. I thought that we played not to lose as opposed to continuing to be aggressive. Maybe got caught up in the moment a bit, but that doesn't make me any less proud of this group.
They were 27-1 coming in. Did they surprise? 27-1 is 27-1. Did they surprise you?
Absolutely not. No, I thought in terms of us getting, to be prepared for them, you're not 27-1 and not good. I thought that going into the game that we could do some things to disrupt them offensively, but you got to give them a ton of credit. When we gave them a punch or two, they responded, and that's what good to great teams do. They respond. And they took our best shot, and they keep going forward. And they kept coming forward. And they kept believing. And they kept executing their game plan, and they stuck with it. And we just didn't get it done.
Coach, end of the third quarter, Thomas was able to knock down a couple threes. It seemed like that kind of maybe swung things back in the favor for good. Let's talk about that last 2.5 minutes or so.
Yeah, I think so. I thought that changed the momentum of the game a little bit. It got him going for the most part. I thought we did a pretty good job in containing him, and we know that their offense runs through him. And I thought our game plan coming in was pretty good. It was just, to limit his touches and make everybody else around him beat us. And you know what? You got to give their role players credit. They stepped up and they stuck shots, especially early on. A couple times my kids looked at me and said, hey, they hit shots, That's the chance you take. I thought going into the game, he was the only real proven scorer that they had. But the rest of those guys understood their role and executed wonderfully, I thought, for them.
Sean, could you address how it might have been frustrating out there? You guys just couldn't pull away from them, and they just kept coming back. It wasn't going to go away. Could you just address that?
It's in the first quarter that they brought the fight to us. Like we were in a dog fight in the first quarter, and they brought the fight to us. We were down by the end of the first, so it was tough trying to get our momentum going and get the lead and secure the lead.
Derek, how about you underneath?
The big man banged really well. It was kind of hard at first. First half I was in sort of a rhythm. Towards the second half, I wasn't getting those easy stick backs that they were giving me in the first half. They started tightening down low, so it was kind of hard.
Coach, did they change anything in the second half to let them be able to pull away from you guys?
You know what? I thought that they made a conscious, concerted effort to find their guy. And he worked tirelessly to get the ball in their half-court sets. And you got to give him credit. We lost him a couple of times in transition, as he mentioned in the end of the third quarter. And I thought that he established and started to establish a rhythm. After he hit a couple of threes, I thought that bred a lot of confidence, not only with him, but the rest of their team. Because if he gets going, right, they start to believe, and the other role guys start to hurt you, because now the adjustments on defense are a little different than they were even in the first half.
What changed with the rebounding? In the first half, you guys were just running away with the rebounding totals, and I think it ended up being knotted up at the end of the game. What changed in the second half?
Well, I think Derek alluded to it. I would have to believe that they were a little disappointed in the first half, the amount of offensive opportunities that we were able to get. I think we had 12 offensive rebounds in the first half, and we wanted to continue to crash the boards. I think they made a conscious effort to keep him off the glass as well as everybody else. They did a good job limiting us to one-shot opportunity. And I alluded to it earlier. I thought that, we panicked a little bit. offensively and started to do a little too much one-on-one. And it made it easier for them defensively because all they had to do was just sit in the paint, find a body and drive out once we missed the shot opportunity. So I think that was the difference, how they were able to even the game on the backboards a little bit.
Rashawn, it's going to be a tough question, but do your best. I know the Cougars came here to win a state title. You had the team to do it. Fall short of that and not bring home a title for Thurgood and the Dayton area. Could you just address that?
Like Coach Hoskins told us, he said everybody's here for a reason, and somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose, and we just came up short. And that's all I can really say. We just didn't get the job done.
What about you, Derek? Can you reflect on that a little bit?
Basically the same thing as Ray Sean said. Dayton is a very big basketball city, so we're glad that we came this far for our city. So that's just that.
Any more questions?
Coach, can you talk about getting Derek back and what you'll have to build off of for the next few seasons?
Yeah, well, you know, I'm thoroughly encouraged to have a talent of Derek's caliber back. It obviously gives us something to rally around and have an opportunity to get back here again. I'm sure he'll be even more driven than he already is. As we were walking down the hall, we started talking about the summer already, and he understands that he has a big responsibility. He's sort of the face of our program, and you know that's something that he embraces, and I'm sure he'll go to work on his game this summer, and hopefully you guys will get an opportunity to see him back here next year.
Now, how about just a little bit more on this team? I know this team meant a lot to you. This is the bunch that you started with at Thurgood. You come this far, I know you're proud of them, but then you hate to see them go.
No question, Mark. No question. I think it's well documented that I've been a head coach for 5 years now. 4 years at Marshall and 1 year at Springfield High School, and by far, this is my favorite group, and it's my favorite group because this is the group that I've spent the most time with. This group of seniors allowed me in a lot of ways to grow myself as a coach. They gave me the opportunity to install a system that conceptually I thought would work with the group of individuals and personnel that I had. And you know, I owe a lot to this group because they trusted and believed that my system worked. And then to take it a step farther, they had the ability to go out there and execute it. In a lot of ways, they probably made me look better than what I was, but there's nothing like a group of guys believing and rallying around what your deep belief is, and then having the ability to go out there and execute it. There will always be the measuring stick for any team at the high school level that I coach, just because I've gotten to watch for 4 years my system be implemented and grown to an expectation of sorts now. Anybody that dons a Thurgood Marshall uniform from here on out, at least while I'm at the helm, have very big shoes to fill from the senior class. They're just a special group of kids. I've had most of them since the 4th grade on up. I mean, this guy to my right, I've been coaching him since he was in the 4th grade. So there's nothing like the attachment that I have to this group. It's going to be extremely difficult. But with guys like Derek and my son, I think we got something to build around in years to come. It will be okay.
Okay, we all set?